Occurred, the 30th of September 2014, 19 hours 30 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Corridon, in, USA. Shape, cylinder. Duration: 15 minutes. No of observers. 1 characteristics: aura or haze around object. Object spotted above western horizon when viewed from I-64 in Corridon. I was driving westbound on Interstate 64. Altitude approximately 534 feet. When the object was seen in fixed position just above horizon. At first I thought it might be an airplane, satellite, or possibly a star or sunset. Unsure of how large the object actually was since it was too far off to get a realistic measurement. However, it appeared to be hovering around the Evansville, Indiana area, but it could have been much further west when viewed directly from I-64. It was definitely large, oblong and stationary in the western sky. It had an oblong oval, cigar shape and appeared bright white in color, such as found with a star or a satellite, metallic object reflecting sunlight. I viewed it for approximately 15 minutes before exiting highway, exit 105, and it was still in the same location fixed on the western horizon when viewed directly down the I-64 corridor.
Occurred, the 30th of March 2016, 0 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Corridon, in, USA. Shape, triangle. Duration: all night. No of observers. 0 characteristics: lights on object. Why are there silent aircraft flying over Corridon at night? Also, why are there so many going in the same direction? Every night around 12 a.m. I notice lots of triangular-shaped aircraft flying directly over Corridon. These aircraft are completely silent and look like they are military. I just think it's weird that they are silent and that I only see them at night, as well as why there are so many passing. I've been told it could be the military looking for a lost aircraft, but why?
Location: Corridon, in, USA. Shape, oval. Duration: 10 minutes. No of observers. 2 sighting. Date: April 29, 2021. Location: Corridon, Indiana. Time: approximately 10:45 p.m. Weather: partly cloudy with rain. Visual observers. 2 description: 3 rows of football-shaped white lights heading in a northerly direction. Rows seem to appear to be in a formation flight. Each row contained 6 lights that appeared to be in an alternating diagonal line. Behind the 3 rows there were at least 4 separate lights that were not in a formation and appeared to be trying to catch up with the other rows. The lights seemed to be using the storm front for their movement.
Occurred, the 14th of September 2022, 7 hours 8 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Corridon, IN, USA. Location details: southern Indiana on the Ohio River bordering Kentucky. Shape: triangle. Duration: 45 minutes to an hour. No of observers. 2 characteristics: lights on object, electrical or magnetic effects. Missing time: we were rounding a 90% turn on a small country road and they were waiting as we came out of the sharp turn, driving late at night down a 2-lane country road. As we rounded a 90% turn, they were there waiting and they were very still until we were right beside them, and at that moment they broke off and started hovering over top of our car. As they were doing this, one of them was like going in crazy directions, moving in ways nothing of this earth can do, and they were completely silent. They would not leave us alone and stayed not even 25 feet maybe above our vehicle and just kept following and staying above us, except the one who was flipping, floating, and moving crazy like. They followed as we drove very slowly, and at one point we stopped and so did they, hovering over us in silence. They did this for about 45 minutes until we made it to the Ohio River, and at that point they flew off so fast they just disappeared.
Occurred, the 15th of October 2003, 3 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location: Crandall, IN, USA. Shape, light. Duration: 2+ hours. No of observers. 2 characteristics: lights on object, changed color, aircraft nearby. Light over southern Indiana town of Crandall. The strange multicolored blinking light in the sky is back over Crandall again, for 2 nights in a row now. It was here last Tuesday and Wednesday nights, but I did not see it over the weekend due to low clouds and thunderstorms. This time around it did not appear in the exact same spot the 2 consecutive nights, rather it appeared in slightly more easterly tonight than it did last night. Last night there was what sounded like a single-engine plane that cut a wide berth around the object, but then went on its towards Louisville. The thing looks a lot like the North Star ×5, though it blinks wildly between white, red, blue, green, and yellow, but mostly looks white. Having observed it for many nights now, I've almost got myself convinced that it's a particularly bright star. But this is impossible. I know of no star that instead of rising and setting, simply appears, although I have not witnessed this, at 3 a.m. and vanishes between 5 and 6 in the morning.
Occurred the 2nd of March 2014, 2 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds local location. Elizabeth, in, USA shape. Triangle duration. 10 minutes, no of observers. 2 characteristics. Lights on object. 5 aircraft flying low at slow speed appear to be flying in line. White and red lights. Witnessed by 2 people. I live in southern Indiana. At around 2 a.m. Eastern Time, the 3rd of February 14. I was out putting wood in my outdoor furnace when I noticed 3 bright white lights over the top of my neighbor's garage. They were side by side and seemed to be just staying there. They appeared to be very low in the sky. I went inside and got my spotlight and asked my wife to come outside and look. When I went back outside, I walked towards my neighbors to get a better look. I could tell they were advancing from the west to the east very slowly and more in line than side by side. The first aircraft came over, slow for an airplane, and I could hear it sounded like an airplane but not real loud. I was able to illuminate it enough with my spotlight to tell it was triangular in shape. It had a white light in the frontal tip of the triangle and more red and white lights down the sides. Didn't count them or notice the order. I watched as the next one approached. It seemed to be following in the same flight pattern as the first. The third was the same as the other 2. I noticed 2 more lights in the distance approaching as the others did. They flew over in the same pattern as the previous 3. They may have been aircraft in a holding pattern for the airport in Louisville, Kentucky, but they were very low, very slow and not very loud. My wife saw the same thing I did and thought they were strange as well.
Occurred the 22nd of March 2019, 0 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds local location. Elizabeth, in, USA shape, oval duration. 4 minutes, no of observers. 2 While taking pics of strange color in clouds captured what looks to be a UFO. My husband and I were outside enjoying the sun. I noticed this strange color in the clouds near the sun, so I got my phone out and began taking pics. I took 3 or 4 pics of this strange rainbow of color that was not normal before it disappeared. When we came in, I looked at the pics, and to my surprise, noticed what appears to be a craft. Neither my husband nor I could see the craft with our naked eye, only the strange color in the clouds was visible.
Occurred the 18th of August 2009, 22 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds local location, Lanesville, in, USA shape, chevron duration, 3 seconds, no of observers. 1 characteristics. Aura or haze around object. 2 blue-green smoky streaks of light forming large boomerang shape shot across about 50 feet above the road. No sound.
Occurred the 6th of August 2022, 3 hours 48 minutes and 0 seconds local location. Lanesville, in, USA location details. This is going to be hard to explain. Shape. Unknown duration. 1 second, no of observers. 1 characteristics. Aura or haze around object. Left a trail. A large, white object flew across the sky. It had to be low to the ground for the size of the light. At indescribable speed. A huge, white streak flew across the sky above my house. The size of the streak was so big, imagine a bus-sized streak. It lasted for a second. It was obvious that it was flying through the sky at a really low altitude. It had a trail, but it wasn't a burning tail. The trail was best way to describe it, trying to catch up. Also, the object had no sound.